The hall was alive with anticipation. Filled with 347 soldiers seated in perfect formation, their eyes focused on the stage where discipline and decorum were supposed to reign. Then it happened, sharp, unexpected slap across the face of Lieutenant Commander Hannah Blake, echoing like thunder through the cavernous room. The general, red-faced and trembling with anger, had let his temper override every ounce of professionalism. The room froze. Every soldier instinctively straightened in shock, their collective breath caught mid-lung. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you were watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Hannah's mind raced not in panic, but in precision. She had faced life-and-death situations in hostile territories, survived ambushes, and navigated moments of chaos where every decision mattered. Yet this being struck in front of hundreds was a different battlefield, one of ethics, authority, and principle. She could feel the heat of anger rising but swallowed it, drawing on decades of discipline, training, and unshakable resolve. The air seemed to thicken, carrying the metallic scent of fear and disbelief. Dust motes floated lazily in the shafts of light spilling through the windows, shimmering like 1,000 tiny witnesses. Soldiers shifted uneasily in their seats, whispers barely audible, as if the room itself were holding its breath. No one had expected the general to act like this, and no one was certain what Hannah would do next. She closed her eyes for just a fraction of a second, feeling her pulse steady, the weight of every past mission and every hard-earned skill anchoring her. This was not just about personal pride, it was about principle, respect, and the silent code that binds those who serve. Then, in a movement as deliberate as a sniper's shot, she stepped forward, her uniform immaculate, her presence commanding. All eyes followed her. Murmurs stopped mid-word. The general's arrogance faltered, replaced by confusion. Hannah's voice rang out, steady, clear, and unstoppable. "Sir," she said, each syllable a measured strike of authority. "Your actions just undermined everything this rank stands for. Discipline, respect, leadership, they are not optional. They are earned. They are visible to everyone here today." The silence was deafening. Soldiers felt it pressing against them, thick as steel, leaving no space for doubt or misinterpretation. Hannah's gaze never wavered, holding the general in check without a single act of aggression. The moral weight of the moment was palpable. This was a lesson in leadership, accountability, and courage, unfolding in real time. The general opened his mouth, but words failed him. It expected submission, apology, perhaps even a defensive reaction, but not this. Hannah's calm, resolute presence had flipped the hierarchy on its head, leaving him exposed in front of every soldier in the hall. Her next words struck with precision, measured and unwavering. "You can demand obedience, but respect is given. And when respect is lost, authority collapses." The room seemed to tremble with the impact. Its whispers rose like a tide, then died away as every soldier absorbed the lesson. Hannah had not raised her voice. She had not struck back. And yet, in 5 seconds, she had shifted the balance of power completely. The soldiers in the room began to nod subtly, some exchanging glances of awe. This was not simply about rank or tradition. It was a display of courage and moral authority, demonstrating that true leadership is rooted in integrity, not fear or intimidation. The general's face, once flushed with anger, now mirrored disbelief and dawning realization. He had misjudged the situation, miscalculated the woman before him, and underestimated the silent power of experience and composure. Hannah's team, standing at attention nearby, felt a swell of pride. This was their leader, someone who had faced danger far beyond the safety of a hall filled with soldiers. Someone who embodied the principles they swore to uphold. They could see that her reaction had not only defended her dignity, but had delivered a lesson that would resonate far beyond this room. Then came the subtle shift. The general, aware that his credibility had crumbled in front of hundreds, stepped back. The murmurs rose to soft conversation, eyes still fixed on Hannah. Some soldiers dared to smile. Others simply exhaled, absorbing the magnitude of what had just occurred. A single glance from Hannah was enough to quiet the room again, reaffirming that the authority she commanded came from mastery, courage, and principle, not fear. The climax of the moment was quiet, yet seismic. Hannah had turned an act of aggression into a master class of composure, proving that real power lies not in dominance, but in discipline, moral clarity, the courage to act when the world expects hesitation. The general, humiliated and exposed, could do nothing but retreat, a career undermined in less than 5 seconds by a woman whose reputation was forged in fire. Patience, an unshakable principle, because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. As Hannah walked away, the hall buzzing with a mixture of respect and quiet reverence, she reflected on the strange battles of rank, ego, and human behavior. Victory had not been measured in retaliation. It had been moral, psychological, and undeniable. She had reminded everyone present that true authority does not demand fear. It earns respect through courage, integrity, and presence under pressure. The hall would remember this day for decades, not for the slap, but for the lesson that followed. A female Navy SEAL standing firm in her values, showing the world that leadership, discipline, and honor could silence arrogance and command admiration with a single measured response. If this story inspired you, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Whispered Words for more stories where courage, precision, and unshakable presence redefine heroism.